Welcome to Let's Talk Literature. I'm Em,
And I'm Will.
and we're two book lovers who wanted to combine our passions for reading and gossiping and share it with the world.
Whether you're looking for a new book to pick up or a new book friend, you come to the right place.
So grab a coffee
Or a little wine, and let's talk
literature.
I unfortunately do not have a drink today. It's been a rough day for me so far.
That's okay.
Um,
That's okay.
This is now, week 3 of having mic problems. So the mic fix that I had last week doesn't work anymore. So now we're back to secondary mic.
That's okay. It's not about the fancy gadgets. It's about what we're talking about.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope this is not grating to the ears. That's my only
I don't think
concern.
it will be. I don't think so. Aside from that, update me.
I just think that summer 2025 is just not my vibe, honestly.
No, me neither.
I've been having a rough one, and this week especially because I'm moving. So my house is pretty bare right now. Things are all over the place. You basically figure out how much unused shit you have in your house when you move. And like you wonder why you have so much stuff. I also am realizing that I don't wear 3/4 of the clothes that I have. So I need to kind of get rid of some stuff. I don't know what the attachment issue I have with my belongings, but it's time to do a little clean out. So hopefully with this new move, I can just parse through some stuff that I don't need anymore.
Well, something about me is I've been having a reoccurring dream for 3 years, maybe at most, where I am on a vacation and I was able to bring like all these bags of things, like all these suitcases. And the dream picks up at the end of my vacation and I'm packing to go home and I only have a tiny little bag and I have to fit like an entire bedroom worth of items in it. And it's the same dream every single time where I'm like trying to decide like, okay, what do I actually use and what do I need? And it is the most stressful dream ever. And it happens all the time. And I did some research and it means I'm carrying too much baggage in my life and I feel weighed down by things. And you know what? It's so true. I do.
Snaps for that. I'm surprised I haven't had that dream yet.
I hope you don't because it's awful. I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so heavy.
I honestly haven't really dreamed that much lately.
Interesting.
I know. I wonder why that is. Like, I do enjoy a vivid dream every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I have had dreams before where like it blurs with reality, and I feel like I thought it happened.
I've had that too.
Yeah.
I've had that. I get that. Not really anymore, but I used to get that a lot, like in high school and in college. I would dream that I already woke up and was like getting ready and on my way.
Yeah. No, I've been.
And then
there.
I'm like, oh, I'm still in bed. That's the worst.
You know what? It's a reoccurring dream that I have. I will be now. This is either going to be like, oh my God, I also have the same dream, or it's like, Will, what the fuck?
Okay.
I will have dreams. It'll be a different setting. It could be a skyscraper. It could be in our middle school. It could be in our high school. It could be in a mall. And I will be trying to walk up a flight of stairs. And I have this like life altering fear that I'm going to fall down the stairs. So I literally cling on to either the banister or I just get really low to the ground and like crawl up the stairs because I'm so terrified that I'm just going to go on like a never ending staircase. And it's usually the stairs that have like, it's like open at the bottom. So like you can see down. Sometimes it's like when I'm walking up like a water park stairs too.
I know exactly what you mean.
But
like those little slits.
Yes, and then you feel like you're going to fall and die. Just like, I don't know. I just have this, like, sometimes it'll be in my middle school. And I, like,
Interesting.
I will be throwing up. And people will be, like, walking by me, like, not knowing what's going on. And I'm sitting there, like, physically ill trying to walk
Oh
upstairs.
God, that sounds awful. But I did fall up the stairs in middle school. In real life.
I think we've all been there. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was like walking back from lunch in middle school, and I remember I fell up the steps and I spilled everything, like like all my books. I still think about it.
Oh, that's like a CW Hallmark show.
Exactly, like stereotypical. Everyone's walking all over my homework.
Yep, your glasses like fall off
Like,
and snap
somebody
in
steps
half.
on 'em.
Yep.
Yeah, literally.
The giggles from the popular girls in the corner by the
Yeah,
lockers. Yeah,
everyone's laughing at me. They're kicking me when they walk by.
No, exactly. Like dweeb.
Oh
Nerd.
my God. All right. Anyways.
I don't know where that came from. But yeah, I'm surprised my current state is not manifesting into my dreams, but who knows? Maybe tonight.
There's still time, babe.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Get back to us on that next week.
Yeah. How about you? Hopefully you have a positive update or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, steady. Same as last week. Like, I'm very, very busy, but a little bit more adjusted to it and getting used to it. And being a waitress, I'm getting used to. I did have a mini breakdown last night and cried because I thought everyone hated me and was mad at me at my new job. Are they? I don't know. I highly doubt it, but it was just one of those things. If you get it, you get it. I felt like everyone was mad at me and I felt stupid, but now I feel better.
Well, that's good that you've overcome that.
Yeah, I just needed to cry it out, I think.
That's valid. That's fair.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm tired, but I'm feeling better. I'm reading a really good book right now, Spectacular Things by Beck Dory Stein.
Okay.
It's kind of reminiscent of like TJR writing style, so I'm really into
snaps
it.
for that.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it for me. What about you? What have you been reading?
So once I finished Seven Husbands, I tried to figure out what my next read was going to be. I feel like that's a difficult book to follow up, you know? So, you know how I told you about my little cheat code with Libby and like putting my Kindle in airplane mode? So, I still have the books that were from the wave of books where I downloaded My Friends. So, these books are about a month old on my Kindle. Still there though, because I scheduled all of my new holds for after the My Friends episode. So, I knew that like I'm going to have some space to bring in new books. There's probably 2 or 3 books from my first airplane mode that I didn't get to that I was like, maybe I could just read one of these before it goes away. So tried to do that. None of them are really grabbing me too much. I knew that so one of them is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. I'm forgetting the author's name. Apologies. The other one is Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, who also wrote Never Let Me Go, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. That's the one that I got furthest on, was that book. So I might stick with it, might not. And then I also read about 20 pages of Babel by R.F. Kuang.
Nice.
So I tried to start one of them.
Wide array.
I know. Tried to start one of them. Didn't get into any of them just yet. But I'm going to give... I don't know. Because I'm currently listening to an audiobook, 101 Essays That'll Change the Way You Think. Not vibing with it, honestly.
I think you need to not read it like you're reading it. I think it needs to be like a flip through it when
you need it.
Yeah.
The only thing is I have it as an audiobook from Libby.
Audiobook.
So it's with audiobooks you can't do the airplane mode trick. So it's either you listen to it or you lose it. But I completely agree. I probably should have read it or listened to it like I did with Atomic Habits, which was like one chunk every night, a chapter a night, an essay a night, something like that.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's better if you have some space from it and you can flip around and you don't have to read it in order.
Yeah, but I'm probably past the 3/4 mark, so I'm just probably gonna finish it and maybe revisit it down the line in a different way. But it's not gonna be a high rating for me. It's just because of the way I've digested it. So honestly, kind of uninspired a little bit right now.
You're busy.
I'm busy. I have all my books are packed away, so I don't even have like a physical shelf to go to. So I'm really hoping that today's episode can help me get some nice motivation,
Fantastic segue.
some nice pointers in the right direction for a book that I can read to start August off on the right foot.
Well, you are in luck, sir, because I found some really good new releases for August
You are
that I'm
the
very
best.
excited to share.
You are the best.
That's what I do.
Em always puts in that work for this episode.
It's my favorite thing about like this podcast right now. Some like it fluctuates, but right now I'm loving these episodes and like looking up the new releases. It's my favorite thing to do. So let's jump into it. We are
Let's do
talking
it.
about all the books that come out in August that we think you should know about. We have a list of, I believe, 14 books. So we'll go through 7 each. Just sit back, relax, and we will tell you what books that you should add to your TBR this month. Will, would you like to go first or shall I?
Whatever you want. Just so you guys know, though, that we're doing this based off of release date order.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and as always, we'll give the title, release date, the genre, the page count, and a little description to give you a taste of what's to come.
Exactly. You start.
Okay, I will start. First off, we have The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sachar. Sorry about that. This is releasing on August 5th. It is an adult fantasy classic. And
I wrote classic because it's from the author of Holes, so he's like a
Ooh.
classic author.
Okay.
You know?
Oh my god, how did I not recognize his name? Ah,
I wrote it right under
oh my-
the title.
See, you would think that
Silly boy.
I could be able to follow simple instruction, and clearly I'm not in the right headspace.
Hey, you're fine.
I'm trying, guys.
I'm here to hold your hand.
Thank you. This has a page count of 320 pages, so right in the sweet spot between 300 and 400. And the description is as follows. Long ago and far away, and somewhere south of France, lies the kingdom of, Esquivita. There, Princess Tulia is in nearly as much peril as her struggling kingdom. Esquivita desperately needs to forge an alliance, and to that end, Tulia's father has arranged a marriage between her and an odious prince. However, 1 month before the wedding of the century, Tulia falls in love with a lowly apprentice scribe. The king turns to Anatole, his much maligned magician. 17 years earlier, when Anatole first came to the castle, he was regarded as something of a prodigy. But after a long series of failures, the latest being an attempt to transform sand into gold, he has become the object of contempt and ridicule, and the only one who still believes in him is the princess. When the king orders Anatole to brew a potion that will ensure Tulia agrees to the wedding, Anatole is faced with an impossible choice. With one chance to save the marriage, the kingdom, and of most importance to him, his reputation, will he betray the princess or risk ruin? Wow.
Interesting.
What a switch up from what
Right?
he's known for.
I have no idea, like, if he has I'm sure he has other pieces of work, but I'm not familiar with anything, so.
Okay. All right.
Sounds interesting.
Very, very, very.
Very. All right, the next one we have is also a fantasy. This is Mistress of Bones by Maria Z. Medina, and when I saw this one, it was marketed as being perfect for fans of Six of Crows, and that immediately stood out to me because I'm a fan of Six
Yes,
of
you
Crows.
are. I just picked that
Yes,
up
I
too. The physical book. So I'll be reading that soon, for sure.
You're going to love it. All right, so this releases on August 5th. It is a fantasy, and it is 336 pages.
Perfect.
Necromancer Azul del Arroyo only wants one thing, to steal her sister back from death by reclaiming her sister's bones. But the emissary of the Lord Death will do anything to stop her, no matter how alluring he finds her. As their paths collide, they're drawn into a deadly game of pawns and power, with the Count who begrudgingly works for a child king, a faceless witch who transforms the bones of gods into dreams she can peddle, and a long-lost half-brother with a secret of his own, and soon realize the fate of the lands is hanging in the balance. For long ago the gods raised the continents, binding them with their own bones to keep humanity alive. But in an era when the god's sacrifice has been forgotten, death might not be the only resentful god Azul must defy. Swashbuckling, grand, and tragically romantic, Mistress of Bones is a can't-miss start to a duology about love, loss, and of course, death.
I love me a duology.
Me too.
I
think that's, just perfect.
Right? Like a duology or a trilogy. That's not much of a commitment, you know? Like, it's the perfect amount to just
Exactly.
dip your toes in, right?
I'm very eager to see the reviews for this.
All right, the next one we have, we're switching it up a little bit. We have The Dead Husband Cookbook by Danielle Valentine.
This cover is awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to look at it. I don't know what it looks like yet. The release date is August 5th. It is a thriller, and it is 345 pages. When infamous chef, restaurateur, and television personality Maria Capello's husband died, the media circus was intense and quick to cast the blame. Whispers claimed Maria murdered her husband to build her culinary empire on his bones, and that there was an all too grisly reason his body was never recovered. Yet for the past few decades, the Capello family maintained their stony silence until now. Thea Woods has no idea why she was chosen to work with Maria on her sure-to-be infamous memoir, but she doesn't question her luck. Spirited away to the Capello's rustic upstate farm, she's soon embroiled in the mystery and cut off from the rest of the world. It should be the job of a lifetime, but something's not quite right with a close-knit clan, and Damien Capello isn't the only one to go mysteriously missing over the years. As the true story of Maria's past unfolds and the stench of rot hidden behind the kind coastal grandmother veneer rises, Thea finds herself trapped and desperately afraid. Because there are reasons why Damien's body was never found, and why in over 30 years, Maria Capello has never revealed the secret ingredient in her most famous recipe.
I think that sounds fantastic.
Me too. And you did put that it's a thriller, but also a fiction, because I could see kind of like a contemporary literary fiction element to this. I love that. That's
Love it, right?
very, very cool premise.
Right, the next one we have is a historical fiction. This is L.A. Women by Ella Berman. It is another August 5th release, and it is 408 pages. Another gorgeous cover.
Oh, love that.
After a steady descent from literary stardom, Lane Warren is back. She secured a new book deal based off of the life of her sometime friend and more often rival, Gala Margolis. Lane's only problem is that notorious free spirit Gala has been missing for months. 10 years earlier, Gala was a charming socialite and Lane was a Hollywood outsider amidst the glittering 1960s LA party scene. Though they were never best friends, Lane found Gala sharp and compelling. Gala liked that Lane took her seriously. They were both writers, they were drawn to each other. That was until Gala's star began to rise, and Lane grew envious. Then Lane did something that she wouldn't ever be able to take back, changing the trajectories of both their lives. Bold, dazzling, and crackling with tension, LA Women plunges readers into the legendary parties and unparalleled creativity of iconic Laurel Canyon, while exploring the impossible choices women face when ambition collides with intimacy. At what cost does great art emerge, and who pays the price?
I have been obsessed with this kind of setting because I read Evelyn Hugo. Yeah. So
it felt like an Evelyn book.
It does. It really does. And I think I will always be drawn to a book that has that kind of setting.
Agreed.
So I do love...
Feels close to the heart.
It does. It really does. Oh, I might have to check that one out. I actually really like the sound of that.
Yeah, me too.
Next up we have House of the Beast by Michelle Wong. This is also an August 5th release, and it is a fantasy book with 464 pages. Born out of wedlock and shunned by society, Alma learned to make her peace with solitude, so long as she had her mother by her side. When her mother becomes gravely ill, Alma discovers a clue about her estranged father and writes a message begging for help. Little does she know that she is a bastard of House Avira, one of the 4 noble families that serve the gods and are imbued with their powers, and her father is a vessel of the dread beast, the most frightening god of all, a harbinger of death. In a desperate exchange for her mother's medicine, Alma agrees to sacrifice her left arm to the beast in a ceremony that will bind her forever to the house and its deity. Regardless, her mother soon passes, leaving Alma trapped inside the Avira's grand estate, despised by her relatives and nothing but a pawn in her father's schemes. Now, vengeance is the only thing that keeps Alma going. That and the strange connection she has with her god, a monster who is constantly by her side, an eldritch taking the form of a beautiful prince with starlit hair that only she can see. He tells Alma that she has been chosen to bring change upon their world, and with his help, Alma plots a perilous journey to destroy the house that stole everything from her.
I love me a fantasy with like some real dark elements. Like she cuts her left arm off.
Yeah. It's a little sacrifice.
I'm sold.
Little sacrifice.
I'm sold.
This does sound like it has some influence from ACOTAR. I feel like that sounds very
I'd agree.
ACOTAR-esque. And
Esque.
in my
Agreed.
opinion.
This next one, I'm just giving you guys a heads up. When I read the description, I got confused just reading it, but I felt like it's going to be very popular, so I want to include it. And I'm going to do my best to read it and not stumble my words, so just bear with me.
Fair enough.
This is Moderation by Elaine Castillo, and it is marketed as perfect for fans of Severance.
Ooh, that's me.
So I felt like I had to.
That's me.
You know?
Yeah.
I know. I felt like you'd really like it. Do I understand the premise? Not yet, but I think I will after sitting here and reading it out fully. So we'll see. This is the last one we have on our list for an August 5th release date. It is a literary fiction. I want to say it's a little bit more dystopian leaning, and
Okay.
it is 309 pages, so a little short, which we love.
I love that. Love that.
Right? Girlie Del Mundo is the greatest content moderator in the world, and despite the setbacks of financial crises, climate catastrophe, and a global pandemic, she's going places. She's getting a promotion. Now, thanks to her parent company Paragon's purchase of Fairground, the world's preeminent virtual reality content provider, she's on the way to becoming an elite VR moderator, playing in the big leagues, and, if her enthusiastic bosses are to be believed, moderating the next stage of human interaction. Despite the isolation that virtual reality requires from colleagues, friends, and family, the unbelievable perks of her new job mean she can solve a lot of her family's problems with money and mobility. She doesn't have to think about the childhood home they lost back in the Bay Area or history at all. She can just pay any debts that come due. But when she meets William Chung, Playground's wry, reticent co-founder, now chief product officer, and slowly unearths some of his secrets and finds herself somehow falling in love, she'll learn that history might be impossible to moderate and the future utterly impossible to control.
I feel like I'm going to like that. That seems like very up my alley.
I think so too.
It's a little too real because of the artificial intelligence aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But my plan, so the Libby holds that I have are very much in the realm of like science fiction-esque in that direction. So I feel like I might want to pick this up while I read the Libby holds that I have.
I knew it would speak to you. I knew it.
And I do love Severance, so they caught me with that.
Exactly.
There you
I'm
go.
going to let you read it first and then tell me if you think I'd like it.
Okay, that's fair. That's valid.
Okay.
That's valid. Next up we have We Are All Guilty Here by Karen Slaughter. And this is the first book in the North Falls series. This is set to release on August 12th. It is a thriller. Karen Slaughter is known for her thrillers. And it is 448 pages. Welcome to North Falls, a small town where everyone knows everyone, or so they think. Until the night of the fireworks, when two teenage girls vanish and the town ignites. For Officer Emmy Clifton, it's personal. She turned away when her best friend's daughter needed help, and now she must bring her home. But as Emmy combs through the puzzle the girls left behind, she realizes she never really knew them. Nobody did. Every teenage girl has secrets, but who would kill for them? And what else is the town hiding?
Okay, love that. I'm
Love-
sold.
love-
I love me like a basic thriller
Yep.
mystery. Like I'll eat it up every time.
Yep. That was a very good premise of like intrigue. You know, there wasn't a lot given away. It seems very typical of a thriller and also very typical of a Karen Slaughter thriller, but I'm curious to see what she does with it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Love it.
All right, the next one, another cover that's gorgeous, is Loved One by Aisha Muharar. This is set to release August 12th. It is a literary fiction and it is 331 pages. When her first love turned close friend Gabe dies unexpectedly at 29, 30-year-old Julia is launched into an intercontinental quest to recover his lost possessions. Her journey takes her from Los Angeles to London and into the murky realm of the past. It also sets Julia on a collision course with the last woman he loved, a guarded, self-possessed florist and restaurateur named Elizabeth, who insists on withholding Gabe's beloved guitar, one of the departed indie rock musician's dearest belongings, for reasons Julia can't understand. Both women, it turns out, have something to hide and soon find themselves engaged in a complex dance of withholding and revelation. An emotional mystery spanning years, continents, and relationship statuses, Loved Ones introduces Aisha Muharar as a novelist intimately attuned to the intricacies of love, memory, and ambiguous loss. What happens when we admit that the deepest feelings never die? How do we reconcile various and sometimes contradictory truths about those closest to us? An engrossing and profoundly moving coming-of-age story with a powerful love at its heart, Loved One is poised to become an instant classic.
Ooh, okay. That's a strong...
That's a bold take.
Strong statement.
But okay.
Seems like it's a very, epic scope. Lots going on. So I'm interested
but
to
very
see...
character-focused.
Yes. So I'm interested to see how she kind of weaves that story together.
Me too. The plot itself doesn't sound super interesting, so I feel like it's going to rely a lot on the character interactions.
Yep. So let's see if Aisha has what it takes, guys.
Let's see, Aisha. We're excited.
Putting you to the test. All right, next up we have Seduction Theory by Emily Adrian. This is also releasing on August 12th. It is a literary fiction drama, and it is 220 pages. Little shorty. Okay,
Love
Emily.
that.
Okay, Emily. Simone is the star of Edwards University's creative writing department. Renowned Wolf scholar, grief memoirist, and campus sex icon. Her less glamorous and ostensibly devoted husband, Ethan, is a forgotten novelist and lecturer in the same department. According to Simone and Ethan and everyone on campus, their marriage is perfect. That is until Ethan sleeps with the department administrative assistant, Abigail, and the couple's faith in their flawless relationship is rattled. Simone, meanwhile, has secrets of her own. While Ethan's away for the summer, she grows inordinately close with her advisee, graduate student Roberta Robbie Green. In Robbie, Simone finds a new running partner, confidant, and disciple, or so she believes. Behind Simone's back, Robbie fictionalizes her mentor's marriage in a breathtakingly invasive MFA thesis. Determined to tell her version of the story, Robbie paints a revealing portrait of Simone, Ethan, Abigail, and even herself, scratching at the very surface of what may or may not be the truth.
I'm hooked.
You're hooked?
I find that very interesting, yeah.
Okay.
I like that she's airing her dirty laundry in a thesis project. I'm sold.
Okay, that's valid. I think that might be one.
Sounds fun.
That might be one you have to tell me how it is.
I think so too. I think that feels more like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
We are on to the next one, which is What Hunger by Catherine Dang. Another fantastic cover.
Oh, great
Gorgeous.
covers this month.
I know. This comes out August 12th. It is a horror and it is 288 pages.
Love it.
It's the summer before high school, and Ronnie Wen finds herself too young for work, too old for cartoons. Her days are spent in a small backyard dozing off to trashy magazines on a plastic lawn chair. In stark contrast stands her brother Tommy, the pride and joy of their immigrant parents, a popular honors student destined to be the first in the family to attend college. The thought of Tommy leaving for college fills Ronnie with dread as she contemplates the quiet house she will be left alone in with her parents, May and Ba. Their parents rarely speak of their past in Vietnam, except through the lens of food. The family's meals are a tapestry of cultural memory. Thick spring rolls with slim and salty nem chua and steaming bowls of pho thai, hope I'm pronouncing that right, with thin, delicate slices of blood-red beef. In the aftermath of the war, May and Ba taught Ronnie and Tommy that meat was a dangerous luxury, a symbol of survival that should never be taken for granted. But when tragedy strikes, Ronnie's world is upended. Her sense of self and her understanding of her family are shattered. A few nights later, at her first high school party, a boy crosses the line and Ronnie is overtaken by a force larger than herself. This newfound power comes with an insatiable hunger for raw meat, a craving that is both a saving grace and a potential destroyer. This one feels like it takes a lot of inspiration from Night Bitch and Carrie.
Yes.
Like, it's very body horror focused and visceral with like that raw meat aspect of it, you know?
Because even the description was very, like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, just very graphic, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those, like, I don't want to, like, put it in such a box, but, like, a weird girl read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That's valid.
But I think it sounds good. I'd like to read it eventually.
I know. I'm excited to get into horror books this season.
Me too.
Like, we're coming upon fall soon, and
I'm so excited.
I know. I'm excited. So excited. I'm so sick of this hot weather. I can't.
And I'm over it. I'm so over it.
So over it. Let's move on with Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. This releases on August 19th. It is a dark fantasy retelling, and it is 368 pages. Healer Anya regularly drinks poison, not to die, but to save, seeking cures for those everyone else has given up on. But a summons from the king interrupts her quiet, herb-obsessed life. His daughter Snow is dying, and he hopes Anya's unorthodox methods can save her. Aided by a taciturn guard, a narcissistic cat, and a passion for the scientific method, Anya rushes to treat Snow, but nothing seems to work. That is until she finds a secret world hidden inside a magic mirror. This dark realm may hold the key to what is making Snow sick, or it might be the thing that kills them all.
I have read one other book by T. Kingfisher, and it's like kind of similar vibe to that one, where it's like a dark fantasy, but it has like cozy elements to it, like the cat and like the passion for scientific method, like stuff like that. And I love the balance that they're able to create. So I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah, that's probably the most excited fantasy that I've read from this list yet. Like, I think that's the one I would go to first, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Agreed.
All right, the next one we have is kind of a gothic fiction, somewhat of a horror. I would describe it as like unsettling fiction, I guess.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
This is The Possession of Alba Diaz by Isabel Cañas. It is released on August 19th, and it is 384 pages. In 1765, plague sweeps through Zacatecas. Alba flees with her wealthy merchant parents and fiancé Carlos to his family's isolated mine for refuge, but safety proves fleeting as other dangers soon bare their teeth. Alba begins suffering from strange hallucinations, sleepwalking, and violent convulsions. She senses something cold lurking beneath her skin, something angry, something wrong. Elias, haunted by a troubled past, came to the New World to make his fortune and escape his family's legacy of greed. Alba, as his cousin's betrothed, is none of his business, which is, of course, why he can't help but notice the growing tension between them every time she enters the room, and why he notices her deteriorate when the demon's thirst for blood gets stronger. In the fight for her life, Alba and Elias become entangled with the occult, the church, long-kept secrets, and each other, not knowing that one of these things will spell their doom.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay.
I like that we're entangling the occult and the church.
Yeah.
Love that vibe.
Okay. I could get with that.
I love that vibe.
I could really get with that, actually.
Right? I think that would be a really good October or November read.
Oh, agreed. Agreed 100%. Now, speaking of something that I'm excited for, this next book could be my most anticipated of the year. Potential. And that, my friends, is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. I've heard that people are now pronouncing it Catabasis.
Oh.
Or
don't love that.
Catabasis. There's been different pronunciations going around. I'm sticking with Catabasis, guys. Okay?
That's how I've been pronouncing it, Catabasis.
Okay. I like that.
I like that. I don't like Catabasis or Catabasis. I'm not liking that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is yet. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. All right?
Yeah.
Just do a little like phonetic spelling for me. Thank you very much.
Please.
The release date for Catabasis is August 26th. It is a dark academia fantasy, and it is 400 pages flat. Alice Law has only ever had one goal: to become one of the brightest minds in the field of magic. Wait, is that supposed to be magic? Why is it spelled like that? Why is it spelled like that? Oh,
I
God.
don't know, but that was the funniest thing I've ever. Magic. Keep that in.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's redo
The
that.
field of magic.
Magic.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
All right, from the top. Alice Law has only ever had one goal: to become one of the brightest minds in the field of magic. She has sacrificed everything to make that a reality: her pride, her health, her love life, and most definitely her sanity. All to work with Professor Jacob Grimes at Cambridge, the greatest magician in the world. That is until he dies in a magical accident that could possibly be her fault. Grimes is now in hell, and she's going in after him, because his recommendation could hold her very future in his now incorporeal hands, and even death is not going to stop the pursuit of her dreams. Nor will the fact that her rival, Peter Murdoch, has come to the very same conclusion. With nothing but the tales of Orpheus and Dante to guide them, enough chalk to draw the pentagrams necessary for their spells, and the burning desire to make all the academic trauma mean anything, they set off across hell to save a man they don't even like. But hell is not like the storybooks say. Magic isn't always the answer, and there's something in Alice and Peter's past that could forge them into the perfect allies, or lead them to their doom.
I think it sounds so much like Ninth House by Lee Bardugo.
Ooh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I should check that out then.
Oh, you'd love Ninth House.
Do you think, should I start there or start with Six of Crows with Lee Bardugo?
Very different, because Six of Crows is like
A heist,
young
right?
adult. Yeah, it's a heist. It's a young adult, like, epic heist fantasy, whereas Ninth House is like dark academia adult fiction. So it's dark academia adult fantasy. So it's a very different writing style. Like, it almost feels like two completely different authors.
Okay. I gotcha.
I think it just depends what you're in the mood for. Maybe read the first few pages of both.
And then just decide from there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I also want to make one note that I feel like Alice is one of the most common names used as a female main character.
It is.
It's everywhere. Because
it is.
for two
more
of the
often this past year.
Yes, because for two of the books that we're potentially picking for our book club, main characters' names are Alice.
Alice.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
That's my mom's name.
Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice. Okay, we are on the very last book.
Okay.
This is Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. This is an August 26th release. It is a thriller, and it is 336 pages.
Have you read anything by Stacey Willingham?
No, I haven't.
I read, All the Dangerous
Flicker
Things.
in the Dark or something?
All the Dangerous Things.
Oh.
I have.
And did you like it?
I have Flicker in the Dark on my shelf, but I have not read that yet. I wasn't too impressed with All the Dangerous Things.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see if this will grab my attention or not.
Let's find out. 22 years ago, Claire Campbell's older sister Natalie disappeared shortly after her 18th birthday. Days later, her blood was found in a car, a man was arrested, and the case was swiftly closed. In the decades since, Claire has attempted to forget her traumatic past by moving to the city and climbing the ranks as an investigative journalist, until an unexpected call from her father forces her to come back home and face it all anew. With the entire summer now looming ahead, a summer spent with nothing to do in her childhood home with her estranged mother, Claire decides on a whim to accept a seasonal job at Galloway Farm, a muscadine vineyard in coastal South Carolina, less than an hour away from where she grew up. At first glance, Galloway is an idyllic escape for Claire, a scenic retreat full of slow-paced nostalgia, as well as a place where her sister seemed truly happy in that last summer before she vanished. It feels like the perfect plan to pass the time. However, as soon as Claire starts to settle in, she stumbles across an old diary written by one of the vineyard's owners. And what at first seems like a story of young rebellion and love turns into something much more sinister as it begins to describe details of various unsolved crimes. As the days stretch on, Claire finds herself becoming more and more secluded as she starts to obsess over the diary's contents, as well as the lingering feeling that her own sister's disappearance may be somehow tied to it all. Galloway was supposed to be a nice place to help her move forward, but instead, Claire quickly finds herself immersed in her own dark and dangerous past.
I must say, I absolutely love the vineyard setting.
Me too.
Like,
you don't see that a lot.
no, and that's funny because that was one of my ideas to have my setting for the book I'm writing, to be at a vineyard.
Maybe it's a sign.
I know, so maybe I have to pivot.
Sounds good though. I think that's really intriguing.
It does. I've heard that like her books are very good. It's just I don't know, maybe it wasn't the right time for me to read all the dangerous things. I will be reading A Flicker in the Dark at some point because I have the book. So yeah, I would definitely give this a chance for sure.
I could be wrong, but it's giving me a similar vibe to like Liz Moore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like the way she writes
yes.
thrillers to be more so like a fiction.
Yes.
Drama.
Completely get that vibe
with
too.
Thriller like elements, I guess.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Sounds good. All right, that's it. We did it all.
We did it all, guys. That is 14 new releases for the month of August. So I hope that one of these caught your eye so you can add them to your TBR. Thank you guys so much for spending your Friday with us as always. Be sure to check out which book we are picking for August's book club. Right now there's 4 books in contention. I think it's going to be between 2.
We are both leaning heavily towards one,
yes.
but we won't share yet.
We will not share. I'm really crossing my
guess.
fingers which one that we want. But if you're listening to this right now and you don't know what the book club pick is, head over to Fable. Make sure, 1, that you have joined the book club. And 2, why don't you also refer a friend? Because if you do,
Why don't you?
If you do and they end up joining, you get a $5 book credit towards a book on Fable. So then you can put that towards August's book club. Join in on the fun.
Exactly.
Join in on the chapter by chapter discussions. It is so much fun. If you're not already following or subscribed, please do that. It helps us out so much. And comment down below what your favorite book release that we talked about today was. I'm really curious to see what your thoughts
that's a
were.
good
And if you made it this far, we'll know that you did. And you are so cool for that. So
we love and appreciate all of you. And thank you for spending your Friday morning, afternoon, evening with us. And we will see you next week for another episode of
Let's Talk Literature. Bye!